your aesthetic before and after pictures, why they might be sucking, why they might not be filling up your schedule, getting the likes, getting the comments that you're looking for, right? If you've seen before and after pictures with other aesthetic businesses out there, get the likes and the comments and really, fill their schedule, and thought about how you've maybe struggled in your own business to actually get great pictures and use those pictures to actually grow your business. Well, you are in the right place, because today I'm going to be sharing with you some best practices to not only getting amazing before and after pictures, but then actually using them to fill your schedule and close high ticket treatment plans. Because I actually think that there's two really big challenges and for most practices. And the first one, obviously, is taking really good photos. Now, I believe that there are a lot of resources online and a lot of technologies out there that taking good, consistent before and after photos really shouldn't be a challenge for you, in my opinion. There's pretty simple solutions around that. There's so many SOPs from so many companies, so many online resources to be able to take good, consistent photos. I mean, I'm not a fan, right, of you doing it with your cell phone. I think that there's too many inconsistencies with that. But I do have some clients that can take amazing before and after pictures with their phone. It's not my preference, but it's possible. Now, the biggest place where I feel like money is being left on the table for businesses is not actually utilizing the before and after pictures or getting your staff in a place where they have an understanding and a system in place so that the business can fully utilize the amazing power of what the before and after picture can do for you. So now, if you don't get why before and after pictures are so important, I need you to jump on board, because before and after pictures, really, they serve as these powerful testimonials, right? Showcasing your expertise and just the transformational results that you can get your patients. And so these photographs, they're not just photographs, right? They're these stories of renewed confidence with your patients, improving their well-being, their lives, and how you're able to enhance beauty, right? And that story, those pictures can be worth tens of thousands, if not millions of dollars to your business, okay? So this really is one of the best tools that you can use in the consultation and in your marketing to get your patients, your leads to commit to a treatment plan. And it's going to also, on the back end, help reinforce their decision to move forward with you in the first place. But you got to use it. You got to use it. So, while there are a number of really important elements to getting and using before and after pictures, today what I want to focus our time together on is what is often overlooked. Now, if you would like our complete training of the power of transformation before and after pictures in aesthetics, just comment power, and we'll send you the complete training. But today I want to focus on what is often overlooked, which is creating a system around collecting really good before and after pictures and actually using them. So remember, a system is made up of 4 elements. Okay, so the 4 elements of a system includes input, process, output, and then feedback and accountability. Now, I often find in any system, the opportunity to improve always comes in these 2 places, which are, number 1, your process. So you haven't documented, you don't have it written out, you skip steps right? You don't have clearly defined instructions in your process to meet the expectations that you are trying to achieve. And then the second part of a system that's often overlooked is that feedback and accountability loop. You think that because you send an email or you trained on it once, that it should happen, right? Easily with great results consistently. And the reality is if there is not feedback and accountability, your system is incomplete and you're not going to get the consistent great result that you are looking for. So let's talk about what your system needs for your before and after. So first is to include it in your patient journey. You absolutely have to have designated, scripted out in your patient journey when and where you're going and how, right, you're going to be taking your before and after pictures. And before and after pictures should be taken before any treatment and at each visit, right? So many people just do it on the very first treatment. So many people just do it if they're doing a high ticket treatment or if they just do lips, right? Because it's so easy to get before and after pictures for lips, right? But you are leaving dollars on the table if you are not doing it before the treatment to help close in the consultation, and you are not doing it correctly if you're not taking the before picture at each appointment. Okay. And we like to recommend doing the 6-point intake picture, right? To get all the different angles. And there's a full training on what that 6-point intake picture looks like as well. But the point of it is that you need to be taking it every single appointment. Okay. The next thing, and have that orchestrated in your patient journey. Then you want to provide written guidelines and instruction to ensure that every single member on your team understands the expectations and the quality at which you are looking for, okay? And once you have those written and documented, then you need to conduct training sessions to educate your team on not only just how to do it, right? But that it's the why behind it. And when you include the why on any training session with your team, you're much more likely to get buy-in, okay? So you want to make sure that in your training session, you include the why with your team. And then you need to clearly define the role and responsibility and designate which team members or all team members, right? You have to decide that who is responsible in capturing the pictures during the patient journey, right? You have to assign a responsibility, right? If you don't assign responsibility or it's just a free for all or whoever's available, then no, it doesn't get done. It just doesn't get done, all right? So the next thing is that you need to integrate the picture taking process, right, in your workflow. So as you are thinking about your scheduling and changing over rooms and moving people into, like if you have a consultation room into a treatment room and all of that, right? All of those things need to be considered as you are mapping out your patient journey and your scheduling time and moving patients through, right? So really think about how you're going to be incorporating before and after pictures into your overall workflow and patient journey. And then the practice manager or department lead, right? You got to clearly define the responsibility, should schedule regular check-ins and audits to review the picture taking process, right? To make sure that the quality is there, to make sure that every single appointment is getting that picture taken, to make sure that we're pulling the best before and after pictures and sharing those with our marketing team, right? So that could be a, owner, practice manager. It could even be the front desk. It could be a department lead, right? It's not rocket science, but it's a part of the system, that accountability loop that absolutely needs to take place for this to really be successful, right? So who's going to be that designated person that's responsible for quality assurance, right? And then do you have a separate person that is responsible? Like we have a client that their lead consultant is responsible every single week. She has to submit to her practice manager, the top 5 before and after pictures that were taken for the week. And if you think about that, that's like 1 a day, right? And you think about how many patients you actually see in a day. Well, I sure hope that we can find 1 great before and after picture, right, to submit. Then when we review those for the week, then we decide like, okay, are we going to use this and add it to the website? Are we going to use this on organic social media? Are we going to include this in our e-newsletter? Are we going to include this like in our team training, maybe in our book that we show in the consultation room, right? There's so many different ways you can use it, but you need consistent new before and after photos coming in regularly, right? That inspires you to be able to use it in all the different elements of your marketing. And it's going to help you to close more high ticket packages as well. So, but you have to have a complete system to do this with consistency, to do this at a high level, that to do this without even thinking about it, right? And that's what it really takes for this to be successful. Now, you'll probably want to use some kind of digital tool or software out there, obviously to securely store and organize your pictures, because if you are taking pictures with every single appointment, it can turn into a hot mess and trying to find them and organize them if you don't have the right digital tools or softwares. Some of the EMRs out there have good photo storage within them, some not so great. We have some recommendations in our complete training in regards to software, but at the end of the day, most of the tools out there are good, right? There's some that are better than others, but really, if you use the tools that are provided for you, they're going to do good things in your business if you create a system around those and you just use the tool properly, right? Of course, when you can get to a level where, you know, you want to level up your game and maybe invest in some better tools and softwares out there for sure. But if you are new to the game, I would just start with the software that you currently have in your EMR. And then as you create a system around it and consistently using the tool of before and after pictures to grow your business, then it might be time for you to level up. But too often I see people be like, oh, I just need the tool. I just need the software, right? And it's going to solve all of my problems. But in reality, it doesn't do anything for them because they're not actually using the tool. Just because you buy the tool, it doesn't mean it's going to magically work for you, right? You still got to train your team. You still got to incorporate it into your patient journey. You still got to create a system around it to ensure that the tool is actually being used properly. And one of the things that you can do to ensure consistency is to set KPIs related to taking pictures with your team. So your team should absolutely have a KPI for taking before and after pictures, right? Unless you have maybe like a patient coordinator or a consultant that is responsible for seeing every single patient before they go into treatment, right? Then maybe that's just a part of their KPI. But if everyone's involved in the picture taking process, then everyone should have a KPI, right? This could include like the percentage of completed sets of pictures per team member or the overall like accuracy of the protocol, right? That they are hitting all the different, you know, if you're launching the 6-point, right? You want to make sure that maybe you start with that KPIs, they're following the process and they're getting all 6 angles in there, okay? So you start little and then you can grow and get bigger. And you're regularly assess those metrics and then use them for discussion when you're having your one-on-one with your team members. Because if you're trying to help your individual team members sell more, create or sell more high ticket packages, that before and after picture is such a powerful tool, but a lot of times it's underutilized or not utilized at all. So if I'm a coach or a manager and I'm trying to inspire and grow a team member to sell more high ticket packages, I absolutely would use the before and after picture as a tool to help them do just that. Okay, so you will also want to foster a culture in your team meetings where there's a real sense of pride around before and after pictures, and celebrate and share in team meetings when you get really great ones. You know, just like you would if you got a really positive review from, you know, that name drop a team member. You can do the same in celebrating, collecting really great before and after pictures, especially when there's like these transformational patient results. You'll also need to continue and offer ongoing education to update on, you know, best practices, new techniques, and any kind of protocols that you're going to want to change along the way as you're implementing this new system. So finally, the treatment coordinator that manages like the prompt upload of images and shares with your marketing team, like you need to clearly define that role and who is responsible for that. Because again, I see this a lot of great pictures, but it's not shared with the marketing lead or the marketing team. And so they might be using them a little bit internally, but you're leaving a lot of revenue on the table by not sharing it with your marketing team. Okay, so essentially a system really should be created around not only just collecting really great before and after pictures, but then actually using them as well and distributing them in your marketing. So for example, who's responsible for pulling out the best of the best before and after pictures and sharing them with your marketing team? And is there a minimum quota, right, of how many are going to be pulled, or are they going to be pulled, you know, by the quarter or by the month, so that they then can be repurposed into your marketing? Where can you use these great pictures, right? Well, they can be used on your website. They can be included in your nurturing text messages and emails to get people to show up for appointments, to get people from leads to appointment requests. You can use them in follow-up campaigns. You can use them on flyers. You can use them on organic social media. You can use them everywhere, and you should. You can use them in your consultation process. You can create really cool lookbooks. So powerful. There's so many ways that you can use them, and they're just being underutilized. People pay tens of thousands of dollars for these like brand photo shoots, which is amazing, and you should do them, right? But before and after pictures, I would say, are even more powerful than those photos, but we're not using them, right? Because we haven't created a system around it to easily use those photos, right? Once we've collected these great ones, now they're just sitting there because I don't have time to share them or upload them, or I don't know what to do with them, right? But do the work once to create a system, right? To be able to delegate it to the appropriate person, because I promise you, your marketing team wants these before and after photos. We want them so bad because it will make our jobs that much easier to convert leads to actual appointments. It'll make our job so much easier to get likes and comments and shares, right? But you want to work smarter, not harder. You want to take one before and after picture and repurpose it onto all your different platforms, right? So that's what I'm saying. If you have a checklist of what you want done with every single before and after, or your top before and after pictures, right? There's a place on the website in your before and after gallery. You know, there's highlights on your organic social media. Like all of these things can be systematized so that once you have them in place, you don't have to think about it. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. It is turnkey. And what's going to translate into that is more appointments, is converting higher ticket treatment plans. And so it's well worth it. It's well worth it. And I also think that it is our professional obligation to document the progress of patients, right? And so it's really the first step in the why and creating that system around collecting really good before and after pictures with integrity, right? Where you're not doing a bunch of Photoshop and that you have consistent like lighting and whatnot. So I just think that it's really important to put a system in place like this. All right. Oh, we got a lot of people joining us. Lots of new names. Thanks everyone for joining us here. So remember, if you want to get our complete training, the power of transformation before and after pictures and aesthetics, comment power. So don't forget, comment power, and we'll send you our complete training because I want to make sure that you systematize that you systematize the before and after picture so that you will consistently and easily collect amazing before and after pictures. And it's gonna fill your schedule. It's gonna get you more likes. It's gonna get you more comments. And ultimately, it's gonna generate you more revenues. All right, so systematize. Dr. Pickens will make sure that we get that sent to you. We see that. Johnny, we'll get it sent to you, all right? We got a question here. Should all of our before and after photos be designed the same? Yes. I do think that consistency is really key. And I love having a template in Canva to make that super simple for you, for your marketing team or lead to be able to use and upload those. Yeah, consistency all the way. And you'll want to have logos and watermarks on there so that your competitors don't steal your before and after pictures. So make that super easy for yourself by creating Canva templates for sure. Great question. All right, guys, if you love this training, make sure that you share it with your team or another med spa that could benefit. And don't forget, you can catch the replay on my YouTube channel. And to get more access to free trainings that will grow your business, visit my link tree in my social bio. And be sure to join me live every Wednesday, 2:30 Central Time, same place. Find me on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, and LinkedIn. Thanks, guys. Bye.